Aventon just launched two new versions of its commuter e-bike, and this one is the higher priced version of the two, the Level 4 ADV. It packs a mid-drive motor and electronic shifting, all for the relatively low price, $27.99 US. We've also received the more affordable Level 4 Rec with the rear hub motor, which is priced at $1,999 US. I've already tested the Level 2 and the Level 3, so I'm excited to see how the new version compares. In an upcoming video, I'll take the Level 4 Rec and put it through our standardized tests, so I can compare the Rec against the ADV side by side. But for now, let's just see how the Level 4 ADV performs. The Level 4 ADV arrived at my door almost ready to ride. All I had to do was attach the bars, install the pedals, and charge the battery. Aventon provides everything you need to make setup as easy as possible, including an instruction manual and the required tools. Aventon offers the Level 4 with a step-over or step-through frame. The step-over comes in three sizes: medium, large, and extra large. The step-through comes in regular or large sizes. I tested the large step-over, and at 6 feet, it fit me well. Aventon lists the weight at 61 pounds, but on my scale, it came in at over 65. Up front, there's a 100mm coil suspension fork with preload adjustment and a lockout, and a 50mm suspension seat post in the rear helps take the edge off of rough pavement. This is Aventon's first mid-drive commuter, and it uses their in-house Ultra S motor, which is rated at 250 watts nominal power, a peak output of 750 watts, and 100 Newton meters of torque. A dual-sided torque sensor manages pedal assist, and power comes from an 800 watt-hour battery integrated into the down tube. On the step-over frame, the battery is removed through the bottom. The electronics are rounded out by a bright and easy-to-read display, which is mounted in the middle of the bars. The drivetrain is where things get interesting. It's a Shimano Q's 10-speed, but instead of the mechanical shifter that you typically see at this price, you get electronic shifting with automatic shifting. Stopping is handled by Tektro hydraulic brakes with 180mm rotors. Accessories are an important part of any e-commuter, and Aventon provides full coverage fenders, a rear rack rated to carry 59 pounds, and integrated lights with turn signals. Unfortunately, this bike doesn't have a brake light, which is a disappointing omission. This bike also has Aventon's ACU Smart features, which include GPS tracking, geofencing, a display-activated rear wheel lock, and a remote phone lock. These extras are free for the first year and $20 per year after that. As always with Aventon, the battery and electronics are UL certified, and the water resistance ratings are more than sufficient. So that's the bike on paper. Now let's see how it actually rides. The first thing I noticed when I hopped on the bike is how natural, intuitive, and powerful that motor feels. It delivers power output that's perfectly linked to your pedal input, and engagement feels very crisp and responsive. With the wide gearing range of the 10-speed Shimano Q's drivetrain, I'm really able to get the most out of that mid-drive motor. The bike also provides plenty of power on climbs without feeling overly aggressive. When I first received the bike, I was pretty skeptical about the auto pedal assist and auto shifting modes. But to my surprise, they actually worked really well, and they pair really well together, which is how I used them for the entire range test. Auto pedal assist monitors your pedal input, cadence, and speed, and selects the best pedal assist level from the three available, which is Eco, Sport, and Turbo. Meanwhile, Auto Shift monitors your cadence, speed, and the motor's output, and selects the appropriate gear from the drivetrain. All in all, this combination really works. Throughout the 58-mile range test, I never really felt like I wanted to swap back to manual shifting or manual pedal assist. In auto mode, the bike averages speeds that are a touch above sport. So if you commute regularly in a busy urban environment, It's a good option, so the bike does most of the thinking for you and you can focus on your surroundings. In my experience, the auto shift keeps you in the right gear over flats and rolling hills almost all the time. But when it comes to steeper climbs, sometimes I found that it was a gear away from my preferred cadence. And I preferred to take control and use manual mode. Still, in almost every other situation, I was perfectly happy to sit back and let the bike take care of the shifting. It's worth noting too, though, that you can tune how the auto shift shifts in the settings. And that brings me to the display and the app, which are both excellent. The display is easy to read in direct sunlight, clear, and quick to pair with Aventon's app. In the app, the Ride Tune section gives you full control over each assist level, speed limits, and the auto mode and auto shift settings. You can even add a throttle, but that's sold separately. During the range test, I found that the display's estimate was a little bit overly optimistic. It displayed around 62 miles for most of the test, and I ended up going 58 in total. I also tested the bike in Class 3 mode, with the speed limit set to 28 miles per hour, and I found it to be quite fast and responsive. The bike easily cruised in the mid-20s, maintaining speed well. Now, I completed the range test in Class 2, but with a 58-mile total result, I'm confident the bike would travel a long ways in its higher speed settings too. I found the level 4 comfortable through 4 hours of riding on the range test. The slightly forward-leaning but straight back position kept me comfortable. And I found that the suspension seat post takes the sting out of rough pavement. The front fork does its job, but it's a budget component. At this price, I was hoping for a better one. Everything else is quiet, solid, and well put together, with no squeaks, creaks, or speed wobbles to speak of. The braking is also adequate, stopping in 20 feet from 20 miles per hour. So all in all, how does Aventon's first mid-drive commuter stack up? The Aventon Level 4 ADV feels well built and well thought out. My only gripes during testing were the stiff suspension fork and the low charging port. And while neither is a deal breaker, I was hoping for a better fork at $27.99. The Level 4 ADV's mid-drive motor gives you a natural ride quality that can't be matched by a hub motor, and the automatic shifting and pedal assist actually deliver real-world value. Add in that huge range, accessories, and high-quality display and app, and you've got a seriously well-rounded commuter e-bike with a price tag that's pretty hard to ignore. In an upcoming video, I'll be reviewing the hub-driven Level 4 Rec, and in that review, I'll give you a more detailed comparison of the two bikes. For now, what I can tell you is the ADV has a more natural rider-driven and premium ride feel compared to a hub-driven bike. So what do you think of the Level 4 ADV? Let me know in the comments. And if you own any of Aventon's models, I'd love to hear your experience. If you're still looking for your next bike, check out bikeride.com, where we have hundreds of reviews and curated best bike lists. You can also find ride events near you, brush up on your mechanical skills with our repair guides, or discuss all things cycling in our forums. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next review.